Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm showing you another entry using the A Heart That Receives devotional kit from Illustrated Faith and Dayspring. So today we're looking at Joshua, and Kim has us looking at Joshua 1:5. I really like Joshua 1:9, so I just went ahead and kind of covered really that first part of Joshua. I just really love the story of Joshua and just the message that's found in there. So today I'm going to be using some of these rub-on transfers. I found these from the Target dollar spot with all of their kind of spring goodies that they have right now. I was just there this week and I did see that they still carried some. So be sure to head on over to your Target and check these out because these are great for your Bible journaling. So these come with a backing paper. You want to remove that. And then they come with a little popsicle stick to rub them down onto the page. And then I also pulled out these paper tags. These are also in the Target dollar spot and in the same collection, the spring collection that they have out right now. And they just had all these great little, they call them tags, but they're really like little journaling cards that you could use in your journaling. So I have this tag here that I was going to use and then I messed it up. So I'll show you what I end up doing in the end. But from this point, I was planning on using that journaling tag for my journaling. I also have the stamps pulled out from the kit. I am just loving every little bit of this kit. The devotional is fantastic. The kit itself is gorgeous. So if you haven't already picked it up, be sure to check it out. I will have a link in my description down below. So I'm just picking out the pieces that I want from this rub-on transfer. And there's this little pink kind of watercolor swash that I want to use underneath the stamp, and I'm going to stamp down strong and courageous. So what you do is you lay this down and then you're going to take the popsicle stick and rub from the top, and you're going to want to apply a lot more pressure than you think. So I'm going to show you some kind of tips and tricks as I go through this page. I went ahead and pulled out my journaling mat to put behind the page just to give me a little bit harder surface to rub on. And I'm going to apologize for the camera shake because I'm really trying not to shake the camera, but you need to rub these on with a pretty good amount of pressure to get them to transfer. And then you'll want to slowly pull the sheet off so that you can see and make sure that everything is adhered down to the page before you take that off. So now I'm going to go ahead and mount the stamps. The words strong and courageous are all separate stamps, so you can kind of arrange those however you like. So I'm just going to go ahead and place those all down on the block at once. And then I'm using some STAYS-ON ink today because these transfers have a little bit of a slick, glossy surface on the top of them. And I'm going to be stamping over the top of that. I want to make sure I'm using a permanent ink over the top of it. A pigment ink may not dry if you stamp over the top of these rub-ons. So now I'm going to go ahead and just pick the different pieces from this sheet of rub-ons and adhere them down to the page. You just want to make sure that you're careful. You can see here I got a little bit of another one of the transfers kind of transferred down. So you just need to be aware of where you're rubbing, how hard you're pressing the page down on, pressing the transfers down onto your page so that you're not accidentally getting pieces of other transfers on there. I did a couple times, but it's not a big deal. I was able just to cover it up. But you can just kind of go along, and it's nice that they're on this clear backer, so you can kind of see where you're going to place it down before you commit to it. And it has, this sheet in particular has all these really just pretty flowers and stems and pieces that you can kind of piece together, and I ended up creating my own little flower bunches on this page. So I'm just going to go through and pick different ones to use. It's great because these are all a lot of the colors that are in the kit this month. So just this entire spring collection that's at Target right now just really goes well with this devotional kit. So definitely go and check it out. So I'm just going to create some little bunches of flowers around the stamping. And this is going to be a pretty simple page today. I think when I looked at it before I edited it, it took me about 30 minutes to create this page. Keep in mind, when I journal on camera, it ends up taking me a lot longer than it actually does if I'm not on camera, just because I'm kind of conscious of my process and what I'm doing and that kind of thing. So it probably really would have only taken me maybe 15 minutes to do this page in real time without filming. So these are a great option for your Bible journaling. So I've gone ahead and sped up the video and adhered all those down to the page. Now I'm just taking one of my Faber-Castell brush markers to add some little dot details. And I have that card laying there just to kind of get an idea of where I want it placed. Again, I end up not using it in the final page, but for now it's there. So I went ahead and pulled out the devotional, and I'm just taking some notes on the card, and I end up writing, "If you lack strength and courage, meditate on the word." So Kim is looking at the story of Joshua and just his call to lead the people, and just kind of his reluctance, and how God has to kind of come alongside him and prompt him and assure him that he can do this. So be sure to head on over and read that story. You can see that when I went to put the card down on the page, I had planned on trimming any of the extra off the edge, and I just got into journaling, wasn't paying attention, and realized that if I trimmed it, I was going to cut off my journaling. So I went ahead and just journaled directly on the page instead, and it worked out fine. And now I'm just creating a little layering spot here at the top for a tab. There was a little rectangle piece on those transfer sheets, so I went ahead and adhered that down. And then now I'm taking one of the tabs from the cardstock sticker sheet that comes with this kit. And I like to cut those tabs in half and just use a half of it, and that way I end up with double the tabs. And then I end up applying some baby powder to the back of the tab to remove any of the stickiness that might be there. And then I'm just taking a few more of the little floral pieces just to add a little clustering here at the top around the tab. And just trying to figure out kind of where I want everything on there and what colors I want to use. And I'll just take that marker again and just add a little bit more dot detail. And then I'm going to take my roller date stamp. This one's from Dayspring and Illustrated Faith. And I'll go ahead and just stamp down the date. And then I'm going to take that same marker to just really loosely highlight the verses. And again, I'm highlighting verse 1:5 all the way through 1:9 for this entry. And then I left this part in. I have this envelope in the front where I have these library cards, and for each and every single entry that I do, I date stamp it and then write which verses I journaled for the day, and I just keep that in an envelope in the front of my Bible. I'll go ahead and link in the top right hand corner now the video where I show how I put that together. And that's it for the page today. So if you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment down in the description or in the comments down below. Check the description bar for links to products used today, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.